The loudest intro ever. Loudest
Hey,
intro ever.
everybody. I love that intro. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the YouTube Lead Gen show hosted by Kristina Smallhorn and myself, Malcolm Lawson. Kristina and I have generated tens of millions of views, hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and most importantly, hundreds of thousands of dollars in commissions from leads that we generated from our real estate YouTube channels. And on this show, we mastermind about using YouTube in our real estate businesses. Kristina Smallhorn, how are you doing today?
Good, Malcolm Lawson. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm a little sore. Look, I got my second COVID shot yesterday.
Oh, you got the Dr. Fauci ouchie.
Yeah, I like that. I got the Dr. Fauci ouchie.
I have COVID. It protects your passport and your vaccination card. It literally is like one of those little folders, and I have one coming in the mail that says Dr. Fauci ouchie on it with a Band-Aid. It's funny to me.
I like that. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna go out to the bars in the next few days, just because I can.
Yeah. Yeah, look at the background there, everybody. Look what he's got. I have to order mine. Like, I never got that thing. Now, did you get an email that lets you know when you get the 100,000, or did you have to contact YouTube? What did you have to do in order to get the actual plaque itself?
Great question. So once you actually hit 100,000, it should trigger YouTube automatically to start a review process. And a real live person is going to go and actually look at your channel, make sure that all your subscribers are like real people. It wasn't a whole bunch of bots that you paid for. You didn't like buy the account or anything crazy like that. Mm-hmm. After they do that review process, then they're supposed to reach out to you and say, hey, congratulations. Here's a link to apply, or here's a link to get your plaque. Now I waited, I was really impatient. So as soon as I hit 100,000, I was messaging YouTube or Google Help. And they told me, I just got to wait. And I waited another like 3 weeks and still nothing. So then I messaged them again and they said, okay, we'll let me schedule a review. Then they reviewed it. And then a few days later, I got an email and it took me to where I could order one of these. And what's cool, it's free. You get this for free. Mm-hmm. You can actually order multiple ones of them and change the names. So if you have like a team that help you build that channel, you can get like 5 of these if you wanted to. Just pretty neat.
I wonder if I should do that because Daryl helped me get to 100,000. Maybe I should. I mean, he has gold ones all over the place. I wonder if he'd be like, that silver one's a piece of crap.
I always wondered about, like, he always says, look at all these gold play buttons that I have. And I was like, I always thought you could only get one gold play button. But so that must be it. He has multiple channels and he's ordered multiple play buttons for him and his teams, I guess, that are building those.
Well, yeah. I mean, he manages some of the top, and he has a bunch of channels too. Like, nobody knows what his channels are. He has a bunch of them, but several of my friends are like that. Like the ones that have, I have one friend of mine has over 9 million subscribers. And I'm like, he said something. I'm like, how many channels you got? He's like, well, I tried that one. That didn't work. Right now I have three that are okay, but he's always testing.
That's so. For anybody watching, that is, I think, one of the most common mistakes and biggest mistakes. Well, I don't want to say it's tricky, but having multiple channels can be a mistake. And I feel like I'm making that mistake right now. I've got like 5 different channels that I currently upload to, and they all kind of suffer because of that. If I only had one channel like Kristina here and I put all my energy into that one channel, I feel like it would do so much better rather than me like uploading to a channel every other month or something. Like, I like that you're really focused on your YouTube channel and you're much more consistent with it because of that.
Well, I think that's partly, though. The thing is that sometimes you have to do stuff for your creative insanity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't just when some content from doing real estate, like, kind of like emotionally drains me. When I was doing those housing crash videos, I couldn't even read the comment section because it drove me so crazy. I'd publish them and literally walk away. I didn't even I think that by the third one, I really honestly didn't care what people wrote in the comment section anymore because it was just so awful, and I'm like, this is weighing on me. I can't do this kind of crap anymore. But so I can understand why you would have another channel on your hobbies, because you really truly enjoy it. It's easier to edit, you get it done, you're really proud of it, that not a lot of people are going to watch it, like or that more people are going to watch it, because like maybe your real estate content isn't the same. I can understand why somebody would have that creative outlet that they want to put in video form and have another channel. I get it. But my friend who has the second channel or the third channel, I mean, he has a team of people that make this stuff, so he's just trying to make videos that appease the algorithm, because he likes extra income. He has a super successful Facebook page. He this is funny to hear the interesting take back from a larger creator. And I was like, what do you think about TikTok? He's like, it's mind-numbingly, it's mind-numbing. People, like, you could just keep scrolling. He's like, for the amount of effort that people put in there, the time for the money is totally not worth it. So if you're going to invest your time and money, he said, if you're going to be a TikTok creator, you better make sure you're getting sponsors, because that ad revenue is literally poop, total poop. So don't even count on that. He's like, I have millions and millions of views, and he's like, it's barely enough to buy a plane ticket. It's just so bad. He said it's just so bad. He's like, I have now, he has an editor that cuts it up for TikTok, and he just walks away from it. He doesn't even care what happens to it. He's like, I can't even pay an employee to do it. What's up, guys? What's up?
Guess who's back?
Who's that?
Yeah, I don't know. Facebook user.
StreamYard. Why is StreamYard being like that? Let me see.
Probably somebody from my group, if you wanted to go in there. Yeah, I think you're right, though, that you need that creative outlet. Like, I truthfully, I haven't uploaded a video to my real estate channel in probably a month or a couple of weeks now. And I don't know, I'm not feeling motivated or excited about that. I've got some other projects that I'm really much more excited about. And that's a big thing. Like, if you had a channel that you're not passionate about, it shows in your videos, and it's hard to stay consistent about something that you're not that passionate about. So like the real estate market crash videos, right? How can you be really all that passionate about that? Especially, I don't think that we're seeing one. I don't think that we are going to see a real estate market crash anytime soon, largely because of inflation. I think that the home prices are going to keep going up, and everything is going to keep going up. So it's hard to make a video talking about that stuff. You have to have something that you're a little bit more passionate about and motivated about.
Well, you can get a lot of views from that. Let's be honest. I mean, and if I was just chasing views, I would be making housing crash videos every single day. There is literally a person who started, I think, at December 2020. And every other video this guy puts out is housing crash. He puts out 3 to 4 videos a day. I'm like, this guy is on fire as could be, is going to burn the heck out, unless that's his whole goal, is just keep pumping out content until he gets over 100,000 subscribers, and then slow it down. But that turn and burn isn't necessarily the way to get there either. Because I mean, I know that people are like, like I'm really, cruising along because I'm putting out 3 videos a week. I'm like, you're burning yourself out, buddy. Like, that's a lot of videos to put out. Not only that, you're not giving room for your content to breathe. And like in Daryl's group, he's proven the fact, because I have a friend who now is over 1 million subscribers. When he started with them, I think he was like at 100,000. And he said, you don't have to do 3 videos a week. You can do 1 video a week and grow just as healthy, if not healthier, because of it, because you're giving time for people to digest your content. He's like, I don't know. So finally he did it. And then, of course, right at the beginning, the channel suffered. He's like, just stay the course, because you're burning yourself out. Just stay the course. So now everybody in his niche is putting out 2 to 3 to 4 videos a week, or actually have less views to their channel for the month than he does. And he's now over 1 million subscribers. And these people that he's been trying to catch up with are already at 1 million subscribers, have been for quite some time. And now his channel, they only does 1 video, 4 videos a whole month, does better than those ones that are putting out 2 to 3 to 4 videos a week. So
I love that. I believe it. You know, a lot of times people, if they have like 4 or 5 videos, maybe they got them from Facebook or something, and they ask me like, hey, should I just upload them all at one time? And I'm like, no, don't do that. You know, your audience, you know, they may be able to consume one video at a time, but nobody's going to sit there and watch 4 or 5 videos in a row. So you're missing out on that opportunity. And so it sounds like in your friend's niche, you know, people don't want 3 videos. They're not going to watch 3 videos in a day, which means that their click-through rate, audience retention is going to go down on those. They're just not going to perform, and you're going to like overwhelm your audience where they're just like, they get tired of that.
Well, this one guy that was doing it, I mean, he gets 30 to 40,000 views per video, which seems like really cool, you know, 30 to 40,000 views per video, but he never gives that video a chance to grow because he's constantly, you know, just keeps planting seeds, you know, like the crop is too close together. What happens when your crop is too close together? The roots start running over on top of each other and start killing other plants. You got to give them space in between each little, you know, stalk of corn so it can grow bigger and have healthier stalks of corn.
So it's kind of the quantity versus quality argument there. And so Daryl's kind of saying, slow it down, put a little bit more quality into your videos, a little less quantity. It really is. It's a spectrum, and it's trying to fine tuning where your sweet spot is on that. And I made a video a while ago talking about how I used to do as high quality as I can, and I'd pretty rarely ever upload, but I kind of moved that needle a little bit closer to the quantity side, where I'm a little less quality, a little bit more, just more content out there. And that worked pretty well for me, kind of fine tuning that.
I found that the more I sat in this office and talked into the camera, the more people watched, which I thought that is the dumbest thing in the world. I thought for sure, because honestly, there's some videos that I have over 1 million views. The watch percentage on those are dog crap, but the ones where I'm sitting in my office, those have much higher watch time, much higher.
Great. Yeah.
From start to get, you know, like where it's like this almost the whole way until those last 10 seconds where they fall off a cliff. I love when I see a spike because I'm like, oh, they finally acted like they liked something, you know, like what was this one thing, you know? But, you know, sometimes I have to do some of those for my own sanity. I'm like, I know that people won't like this one, but I need to get outside. The girls need some vitamin D.
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know, like a news show or a TV show where you have the same set and the same intro and the same routine and the same rhythm, and people like that sense of familiarity. They don't necessarily want every single video to be completely different. They want to have some sort of consistency, and it like triggers their brain to sit down and watch it. Like, okay, this is the show that I usually sit down and watch the full thing. And it kind of triggers those neurons to, okay, I know what I'm doing for the next 10 minutes. I'm watching Kristina in her office with her purple lights talking about housing market.
Yeah, my purple lights and my purple hair.
Yeah. So Rick says, hey guys, 24 subs, 500 views on 6 videos, and I got my first reach out this past weekend. A long way to go, but having fun so far. Yeah, congratulations. You're getting leads with only 24 subs. That's huge, man.
Sorry, excuse me. Thank you.
Sorry, I got my COVID shot, so it's okay. I don't mind this.
Rick Gonzalez. All right, Rick. Well, that's all it takes. You know, that was one of those things when I did my videos for the first time and I started pushing publish. People would say, "Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you want to put yourself out there like this?" And I'm like, "Absolutely." Because I didn't care who liked me or not. And sure enough, within those few weeks, I didn't get a lead from Facebook as much as I loved Facebook. I got a lead from YouTube. Guy from Utah that was moving here. He's like, is anybody that makes as many videos about their local area of Ascension Parish? I had to go talk to you.
I actually had a conversation today with somebody from YouTube. I got another lead yesterday from somebody from YouTube. It's the real deal. And subs are a vanity number. Subs don't really matter that much, in my opinion. Views is what really matters. And look, 500 views, you're getting a lead. Like, that's huge, man. So if you keep that pace, every 500 views, you get another lead, dude, you're set. You know, you get 50,000 views a year. That's a lot of leads. I don't know.
I have to tell you, I sent out a referral to a guy last week. And I talked to these people for quite some time, and they were kind of messed up by a previous real estate agent who didn't put in the offer that they had offered. And then when they went back, like, "Where's our offer?" They're like, "Oh, they took another offer." And sure enough, this thing closed for less than they had offered for. So they were really mad. So I ended up finding a real estate agent who ends up being like the perfect match. As soon as I talked to the guy on the phone, I was like, "Oh my God, you're perfect for these people." They love him so much. They're now in like going to the closing table over the next couple of weeks to close over $1 million in real estate. This guy is like, thank you so much, because he never heard from me before. And then here I am, like, here's the $1 million in real estate, and he's like, yeah. So how do we partner up on a regular basis? And I'm like, yep, we're good, you know. So
you can have him on your. If you tell him and get a YouTube channel, you have him on your live stream with you.
He's like, that's totally not his thing. I talked to him on the phone, and he's a total numbers guy, you know, like he's like, that's it. And that's totally fine. That is one of those things that's completely fine. If you start this YouTube journey and you get in front of the camera and you make all these scripts and you spend all this time and you're making the thumbnails and you feel like you're doing everything right, and you're like, I am not having fun. This is like more work than doing real estate. This isn't anything I enjoy doing. I know I'm supposed to do it, but I don't like it. Don't. Just go pick another platform. There's a million of them. I mean, go Pinterest, go blog, go to Instagram, make pictures. Like, find another social media site. If you've already tested it, if it's soul crushing, you know, if you dread it every single week, there's no joy from it, then don't do it. Absolutely don't.
Yeah, YouTube's not for everybody. You know, there is it's a unique platform out there, and there are other strategies out there. But yeah, YouTube is a legit source of lead generation. People are starting to wake up to that. Just like cold calling, open housing, sphere of influence, YouTube lead generation is a very real thing.
Too legit.
Rick, sorry. I agree. You just had to go there, huh? It's your 80s glasses that you got.
Oh, I do this all the time whenever somebody says like their name, and if I know a song with their name in it, I start saying it. There's like, my brain is just constantly.
What's one for Rick? Rick roll. Rick says, agreed.
Oh, Ricky, you're so fun. You're so fun. You blow my money. Oh, that was Mickey. I know, but if I knew him, I'd sing that because he's Rick, and it's kind of rhymes. Anyways,
it's close enough. I didn't realize that at first. So he says, agreed. Facebook is always my local sphere of influence in realtors. This guy moving from Florida to California. Yeah, and look, Facebook's a great strategy, especially for your local sphere of influence. You know, if you have 500 friends on Facebook and they're all in your area, that's a perfect database right there. And I tell a lot of people to start with Facebook videos if they don't feel comfortable on camera yet, because that's just really your sphere of influence of seeing those.
And you know, we were talking about stuff that's soul crushing. Facebook to me is the soul crushing social media site that I just rather like. This group is the only reason I come onto Facebook, is these people that are in here. The rest of it can all burn in a fiery, pit of ashes for all I care.
Especially business pages. I have not uploaded anything to my business page in weeks now.
I do. The only reason I do. It's basically just cut down. I cut down my 12-minute video from YouTube and put it up on Facebook. And the only reason I do that is because my goal is to work with more brands this year. So I have to show that I'm in other social media sites. So I take that same video I uploaded to Facebook, and it's down to like 10 minutes. I take that same video and I upload it to LinkedIn, which is just a hair under 10 minutes. I throw it up there because I want that recognition. I don't care anything that happens with it. I'm not looking for to blow up on any of these other social media sites. I even started doing stuff on Instagram. Could care less about that too. But I hired an editor for this. So those Instagram reels. Right. So I'm just having them cut up like a live stream and put that on Instagram reels. I really physically could care less what happens to any of those social media sites. I just have to show that I'm there.
Right.
Hi.
So you're submitting your letter to the brand. You can say, 100,000 subscribers, 20,000 Facebook followers, 5,000 Instagram followers. That makes sense.
I think I have like 2,000 followers on Facebook. At one time, I had like 6,000. There was a purge at one point because I've had mine since I think like soon as Facebook business pages started, you started getting all these weird. You got a bunch of weird people following your Facebook page for no reason whatsoever. I never paid for it. And then all of a sudden they had this right before the pay to play thing came through, they came through and purged a bunch of them. I didn't care. I just don't care.
Yeah. So guys, we're going to do some channel reviews today. So Rick, Stewart, Sean, Harris Group, if you guys want to link your YouTube channels down below, we'd be happy to take a look at it, give you guys some feedback on your YouTube channels today. And Harris Group says, thanks for doing these. Just past 50 subscribers this week to 300 views are going up exponentially.
Exponentially. Yeah. That is a word I couldn't spell if I tried. That would be one of those words that I'd have to go to the exponentially and it would spell it out for me.
Yeah. It's true though. The more it's not always linear. It's the more you upload, the quicker you grow. Yep. There's some truth to that. Mm-hmm. Sean says, I just got to the section of YouTube formula where Kristina got her shout out. I know her. Woohoo.
Yeah. I'm in there twice just to let you know. It's not just one time. They say my name more than one time. It's like
look at you.
I'm in different sections. You may have not gone to the second section.
That's funny. All right. Sean says, lives are so easy to do, and I'm wondering what your thoughts are on cutting up the video into short topics like Joe Rogan does.
I just did this.
Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. So, you go. What's your opinion on that? Because, yeah, you do that.
Yeah, but I don't. Okay. I do that, but I'm putting it on social media sites like TikTok, and I'm putting it on social media sites like Instagram. I just started this. And the reason why I don't do YouTube shorts on my main channel is my audience over the last 4 years, 5 years has been conditioned to watch long form content. I look like a complete idiot trying to throw short form content to my channel right now. It would divide my audience completely. It would throw off the audience that's been watching me for quite some time. They'd be like, what is this? We just saw this on the live stream. So I'm going to stick to that long form content on that main channel. I may do a shorts channel, but there's nothing wrong with doing shorts or short form content or cutting up those live streams and putting it on social media sites just to add some more little juice in the fire. Just let people know that you're out there in the world. So, I hired a company to edit it out because I don't even want to mess with it.
I'll say that I've tried that. So I do these live streams on a YouTube channel as well. Next Gen Agent is what it's called. Mm-hmm. And I've tried chopping up these live streams into little topics and uploading those. I've never really had much success with that. I'll be honest. I have more success making dedicated videos. But I would say, follow the bucket method. Like you could have that as a bucket. If that was your entire channel, just these clips of your live streams, that may be a little challenging, but really just got to experiment with your audience and see if they like that. And like what she's saying, chop them up for other social media platforms. That usually works pretty well. So let's see here. We do have a few channels. Let's see if I can share my screen. Application window, Chrome tab. Yeah, how about that? All right. How about we take a look at this guy's channel, Living in Florida Panhandle. There we go. Can you guys see my screen, Kristina?
I can see it perfectly well. I like the banner. All right.
Yeah, I actually do like the banner. So living in Florida Panhandle, he's a real agent as well. Anchor here, new videos every week. So what are your thoughts on the channel banner? Let's start there.
I like it. I don't think the real thing with his name is necessary. I mean, you can, to me, in my opinion, and I know this has been backed up by other little gurus. You want to make a value proposition to the client itself. So there's really nothing here that's making the person that's wanting to watch the video look at that channel banner and say, oh, wow, this content's for me. It says anchor here. It says real. It says his name. Okay. And he's got his little thumbs up. Then he's kind of pointing to living in Florida Panhandle. So is it a vlog channel talking about him living in the Florida Panhandle? What is this about? To me, you want just one mission statement, few words as possible that states exactly what your channel is about.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that visually it looks cool. I like the colors. I like just having, the value proposition of the channel right bold in the center. And you kind of have that with anchor here. But yeah, like Kristina says, I wouldn't necessarily know that this is a real estate channel. There's really nothing really that indicates that this is a real estate channel in that channel banner. How I look at channel banners, the whole goal is to convert viewers into subscribers. So because most people only look at a channel banner when they first discover a channel. So I would, I may change it around a little bit. So when you first see it, the first thing that you read is, I like anchor here is kind of cool. Anchor.
But what does that mean?
Yeah.
Anchor. Yeah, he's got an anchor here, but then it has an airplane all over to the left-hand side.
Right. Maybe like your guide to living in the Florida Panhandle,
anchor your home life in Florida.
Your guys are anchoring here in the Florida Panhandle. Yeah. We're kind of on that track. And I'm guessing he's got a lot of military in that area as well. So he's trying to appeal to them with the jets and everything. So on the far right here, we have subscribe now, and it looks like it's really pointing towards the learn more call to action. Personally, I like, I feel like you already have a big subscribe button right here. So if you're gonna have a call out in your banner, personally, I like it to be something like search for Panhandle Homes or contact me or free consultation, and have a link pointing down to this thing here. And you can change the text of this one link, and you have learn more, which is not bad. I like having that text being some sort of call to action. So free home valuation, free relocation guide, something along those lines. And let's see if your link actually works.
I would put it as talk to me, because then you're like, oh, you can talk to me. Oh, okay. Yeah. I want to talk to you. Put talk to me.
Oh, okay. You got a link tree. These things are kind of neat sometimes. So living in Florida.
They break all the time. I had a link tree. They break all the time. Hold on. I got to open this window because I'm sweating here. I'll be right back.
Home, get your free home buyer's guide, get pre-approved now, search for homes in Florida. I may just have this one be, majority of people that are going to find this type of channel is going to be buyers. I may just have search for Florida homes and have the call to action and the link be going directly to that instead. But overall, man, I'd give this thing like a 7 out of 10. You're doing a lot of things right. I still think there's little improvements that you can make to kind of tweak this a little bit. Let's take a look. So you also do have your channel trailer here, but it's really your pros and cons video. I think that's perfectly fine. And so you haven't really curated the content on your homepage yet. And so what I mean by that is that you can create playlists in your channel and set what playlist you want on your homepage. And if you don't have a whole lot of content yet, what you may want to do is create playlists of other local content about the area. Create playlists of other videos about the military base or something like that, and put those here on the homepage so that people kind of see your channel as a resource. What do you think about his thumbnails? He's still there. Did I lose you? Hold on.
I'm here.
There you are. Okay. I can't see the screen when I'm.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of words. I mean, to me, there's nothing that makes me want to click on it. It's just his face and a lot of words. That's just me. Because I like every time, like the one that says living in Niceville, Florida, the title is duplicated in the thumbnail. Why would anybody click on that? Like they can read the title, which I like the fact that his title is super short, by the way. It isn't like keyword stuff to death.
Right.
Title. I hate when people do that. I'm like, what are you doing? You're not winning with that. You're not going to win with that one. But no, you should never repeat the title in the thumbnail. Ever, ever, never, ever, 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 never, ever. That is one of those things you can pretty much stamp in the ground. Every channel benefits from that. Do not repeat the title in the thumbnail. And when people argue with me about it, I'm like, why don't you try it without it? Just try next week without it. And then sure enough, they do. And then that's my number one video. Who knew?
Yeah, it's interesting. So out of all of them, that's the one thumbnail that really drew my eye as well, living in Niceville, Florida. And I think because out of all of them, it's the easiest one to read. Some of these other ones, living in Hammock Bay, it's just kind of tricky to read. The pros and cons of living in Freeport. I can't, because of the timestamp, I can't even fully read that. The text on there. I like his face. I like that his face is nice and big in the image. I do like some of the colors. I would just say that, yeah, they are a little hard to read in some of these.
I like the size of his face only in the Niceville one, because everything else is because this is a thumbnail thing. They always say you want to be able to see the whites of your eyes whenever you look at a thumbnail, and you should always look at a thumbnail as in thirds, right? So you're either going to want to cut it in half and put you on half the image and you in the writing on the other side, or you can put it in thirds where you're in the middle and you have an image on each side, or you can put it on thirds and make sure your image is over here on the right. There's some YouTubers that literally their image almost is like just a sliver here, and then this part is half and half. But there's always three elements, basically three main elements in the thumbnail itself. And the best thumbnails are the ones that you can convey exactly what that video is about with not using one single word.
Yeah, I agree with that. They say that, the thumbnail should be like a stop sign. So somebody's scrolling through their phone and then that thumbnail gets their attention and they stop. Then the next thing they do is read the title, and the title has to be clickable enough to get them to click on the video. So it has to really grab their attention. So like the Eglin Air Force Base, maybe you could have images of jets or images of the base or something like that to really kind of get people's attention. I think you're right there that out of all of them, I love the size of his face. This is the best thumbnail right here out of all of them. And even this one, it does have a lot. It does have a lot of text in there. Challenge yourself to make a thumbnail with zero text, just as an exercise, and see if you can do it. See if you can pull it off.
Can I just say one thing though? If he's a brand new YouTuber, right? Yeah. This is like eons better than when I started. Like my thumbnails at the beginning would have dreamed of looking like this. I mean, there's no way. This is not hard. This is not horrible. Right. I've seen way worse of people that have been online for a very long time, and you're like, have you? Oh, I really do know my titles and thumbnail game. I'm like, no, you don't. No, you don't. Like, I looked at my other competitors and my thumbnails and they're no better or worse than theirs. And you click on the other ones, I'm like, how can you not see it? But some people just do not have that artistic eye. Right. Sometimes it's better for your nephew to come over and make your thumbnail for you because they can see things that you can't.
Yeah, I'd say these are pretty solid, and they're obviously working. They're solid enough, and they're working, and he's getting leads and views from them. Again, I'd say this is like a 7 out of 10, right? And like to get it to a 10 out of 10, like there are some tweaks and improvements that you can make on it.
He's doing great, honestly. Yeah. He's only been doing it a month, Yeah,
look at that. That's fantastic. You're already getting leads from it. Yeah. He's got these as resources that he can send to people as well for lead conversion.
Malcolm's just picking on you. You're doing fantastic.
This is what we need, man. I love it when people rip my stuff. Kristina rips my thumbnails apart all the time. And
I do?
Well, whenever I send them to you, you're always like, I don't like that.
Well, sometimes you make some funny faces. I'm like, what's that? Why do you have money on fire behind your head? Like, that doesn't make any sense. Put it in your hand.
Okay. All right. Now let's talk about the titles. This is titles. I'm giving you like a 5 out of 10, right? Your titles could use some improvement.
They just need more flair. That's all. Like they need, this is like a plain piece of chicken breast, right? You need to add some seasoning to these suckers because they're about as vanilla as could be. You need a little like living, the best part of living in Niceville, Florida. The worst part of the worst things to do in Eglin Air Force Base, like you have to add those like, well, why do I want to click? What is it that makes it so great? We'll give them a reason, a good colorful word that makes them go, hey.
PCS hacks for your next military move. I think that's a good enough title. I'm happy with that one.
Hacks.
Kristina hates hacks. One of my best videos is hacks to pay your mortgage off early, and that word does well. Yeah, I'd say a lot of these you could just add one or two spicy words to it. So things to do near Eglin, Florida. Best things to do near Eglin, Florida. Best 10 things to do near Eglin, Florida, or 10 must-do things near Eglin, Florida. You can spice it up to really make people want to click on it. I'm not a fan of capitalizing every letter in a title.
True.
Yeah, you do want to capitalize the first letter of every word in a title.
Correct.
Yeah, I'm not wild about all caps. But I do like that these are nice short titles. Like Kristina says, a lot of people do all this crazy keyword stuffing and create super long titles that just get truncated. So I think your titles are okay. This is just a bland piece of chicken right here.
Yeah.
Spice to it,
Add a little spice to it. The funniest thing though that I literally came across a channel that they had. I'm going to use his channel as an example. He isn't doing this, but it was like living in Niceville. What it's like to live in Niceville. Moving to Niceville. That was their title. That was what their title was. And then when they got into the description, they were like, we're wanting to move to Niceville. Have you wanted to move? Have you thought about moving to, like their whole description was like this. I'm like, you are really you're stepping over a line that one day you're going to get caught and you're going to lose your whole channel. I mean, who's going to care about my little channel with 3? I'm like, okay, you're trying to gain the system. So whatever you want to do.
Keyword stuffing is against YouTube's terms and policies. You're not supposed to be doing that.
Correct.
People sometimes like literally listing search terms in their description. That's totally against their terms of policy. One day they may decide to crack down on that and really enforce that. Oh,
they do. They do it all the time. Go on Twitter and look at Team YouTube. Like, go look for them, and they're like, "Why'd you take my channel away?" And they're like, "Please check your terms of service." I mean, it all day long. That's their number one tweet to them is, "Why'd you take my channel away?"
So let's watch the first 30 seconds of one of his videos and just see how well he's doing. I'll watch this one since this one's got the most views, 159 views. All right, we're going to give you the first 30 seconds, see how you start the video. Because how you start the video and how you end the video are both pretty important.
Today we're going to be talking about the pros and cons of living in my town, Freeport, Florida. Let's get started. Hey, what's up, guys? If you're new here and you're new to me, my name is Rick Gonzalez, and I make videos all about living here in the Florida Panhandle. I'm a local real estate agent. I've been doing this for over 10 years, and I've helped a bunch of people make better decisions when buying or selling real estate here on the Emerald Coast. So if you like what you see, please go ahead and subscribe. Click that little bell so that you're notified every time we release a new video. There's a good chance we're going to talk about some areas that you're interested in and answer questions that you just might have. Okay, the first con.
All right, what are your thoughts on that?
You asked the subscriber to do something, or the watcher to do something for you before you gave them anything. So you told them what the video was going to be about. They haven't seen it. They just met you. Now you're asking something from them. To me, that's like, I would never, I used to do that because that's what the gurus told me to do. I would not do that now. I never even ask for the subscribe anymore. But at least he didn't run a 20 to 30 second intro. Let's just be honest. Thank God.
It wasn't that bad. It was. So I like that you start off with kind of the hook and what you're going to talk about in the video. Very first thing out of your mouth. Today, we're going to talk about the pros and cons of living in Freeport. I like that. And then you got into kind of, you know, a little bit about yourself. And I think that's fine. I would try to trim that up a little bit. Maybe I shoot for about 5 seconds. So, you know, may say something like, hey, real quick, my name's Malcolm Lawson. I'm a local real estate agent. If you have any questions about the area, feel free to contact me. Yeah, reach out, info down below. And then I get right into the content. So you had that. I would try to trim that up a little bit. And then you had like 10 seconds of just call to actions, like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell icon, notification. I would cut all of that out, all those silly call to actions at the very start of the video. This is one of the biggest mistakes that people make, is they have too many call to actions at the beginning of it. And if you look at your audience retention graph, typically what happens is people abandon your video when you have all those call to actions. And your audience retention graph probably drops off all the way until you're done your call to actions and finally levels out once you actually start providing that value. So I would just say try to get to that value as soon as you can. Save the call to actions for the end of the video, if any. I like your setup though, man. I like nice, simple blue lights. You got the flag in the back because you obviously have a lot of military in your area. I think the lights look good. The camera looks good. You have a 1/3 framing. You're nice and cropped in, nice and tight, which is really good. I think all of that looks solid enough. You know, you could spice up the background a little bit over time.
You see his t-shirt says anchor here. Did you notice his banner said the same thing?
Yeah. Okay.
That's called branding. He did it without being in your face. Like, he didn't say, hey, look at my shirt. You want a shirt like this? Go buy it. My merch store is in the description.
So one other thing I would say is that I may have some B-roll a little bit sooner in the video. Like, you had some B-roll. I think you had like one shot of the beach or something. I would, you know, you want to like visually hook your audience as soon as you can. So I would get to the B-roll as a little bit earlier on to kind of mix things up. Because like first you had your little, you know, your hook, and then it kind of faded away, but then it just came right back to you. Again, I was kind of expecting some more B-roll there. So I add as much B-roll as you can, man. You can almost never have enough B-roll, in my opinion. Hold on, I got to connect my laptop. So let's watch the end of your video and see what the last 30 seconds of your videos are. All right, let's start right here.
Fort Florida. I got to say, I'm biased, but I absolutely love living here. So if this is on your list of possible places, reach out. Give me a text or phone call, email or something. I'd love to show you around, introduce you to some of the people, and really just show you exactly why I love living in Freeport, Florida. We'll see you on the next video.
Don't hate it.
Okay. No, yeah, that's good. You had a call to action, and it was very genuine and authentic. It wasn't very salesy.
I don't hate it at all.
Yeah.
I like that. Like, call me. Let's hang out. I like it.
Yeah, you know, I may, you know, you may want to put your contact information on the screen too when doing the call to action like that. You don't need to, but
I suggest don't put it on the screen. Make them take. That's the one thing. Well, I'm a chick. This is why I say this. If they're like most people, if they're genuinely interested, will find you. Just say all my contact information's in the description. Yeah. So, and if you are a girl, don't make the mistake I made, which was put my actual cell phone number on the internet. Get a Google Voice number.
Yes. Yep, I agree with that. Get a Google Voice number. Don't put your broker's email address in there as well. Don't put
I have to. By law. Yeah, law. By law, we have to have the broker's the address of the broker, and we have to have in the description. Yeah.
Oh, well, okay. In the description, yeah, that's fine. But I mean, like in the actual video.
No.
I have videos that I made from 2 brokerages ago, and I would say in there, oh, my broker's name, and oh, here's my, you know, malcolm@kw.com email address. I'm no longer with them, so it's kind of awkward now, and I can't even get that email. So make sure you own the email address, own your own phone number. And you know, I'm not opposed to people putting it in their video as well as in the description.
But if you had left it the way it was, which is on my contact information in the description, you could have changed all of your descriptions at once, and it wouldn't have been that Keller Williams KW email. It would have been your new email. So if they're watching old content, they wouldn't be able to get a hold of you and not think twice about the fact that it's not the same.
Yeah. So let me show you real quick how I end my videos. So I like that one of your call to actions was, I'll see you on the next video. What I would have done is then direct them to a specific video. Like, I'll see you over in this video right here. If you want to learn more about the area, click right here to check out this other video. Let me pull up one of mine, show you what I do, how I end my videos. Wait, what am I doing here?
I concur with that. I do the same thing, Malcolm.
Yep, she does the same thing. So watch this.
A lot more people buying condos and a lot more builders.
I can't see it.
Condos as well.
Wait.
All we see is
Stand by. What am I doing?
2020 has been a volatile.
You're gonna pick the right.
What is going on?
All right, hit the share button. Click the share button at the bottom, and then pick the right tab, because every time you open up a new tab, it needs a new link to be able to share.
There we go.
All right. Making it happen. 2021. Here we go.
Tech savvy. All right. So watch how I end my videos.
Advertising having a larger house over anything else. So look, if you are considering refinancing your home to save on your monthly mortgage payment, check out this video I did right here, breaking down when it does make sense and when it does not make sense to refinance your home, and how to figure out if you are actually saving money or not. You can find that right over here. And don't forget to subscribe and hit that little bell icon for.
Yeah. So you can have those end screen elements up for 20 seconds. So generally, you don't want to give any call to actions until the last 20 seconds of videos. I like making my first call to action, click right here to watch another video or another playlist. And then I usually have about 10 seconds for a second call to action of some sort, whether you want to make that call me, email me, something along those lines. And so you pretty much do the same thing, right? I
use the last 10 seconds. I just keep talking because I want them to get all the way to the end.
Right.
So I'm the last. I think this video I have sitting right there that I'm just fine tuning right now. It's the last 8.5 seconds. I just looked at it.
And so one thing that he's doing that I don't like is these end cards at the end of your videos. Because the truth is, people have probably backed out of the video at this point, but you have this for like another 20 seconds. And what that means is that you can't have those end screen elements up earlier. So like you could have an end screen element up right here next to your face while you're talking at the end, instead of afterwards. Small thing, but
yeah, I used to do end screen elements. I used to do this. This was a thing, and it was part of the culture, But I've tested this. I'm going to save you a lot of time. Malcolm's right. Malcolm is completely right. You just tell them, like, hey, you know what, you can call me when you want, but if you can't get a hold of me and you really want to see me again, you want to click this video right here. If you can't wait for that private meeting, here, watch this. You're gonna watch this whole playlist of videos.
And let's say that's your only video about that base. What I'll do is, if it's the first video in a series, I'll say, hey, and click right here to check out more videos about this topic. And it's a playlist, even if it only has that one video in it, because I know I'll add other videos to that playlist down the road.
Yep.
Now, so here's the thing. So he didn't give his contact information at the end of the video here. So you'd think it's down in his description, but when you look at the description, I can't find it.
Holy cow, you're writing a novel.
Yeah, look at that.
I'm going to let you know something. Here's a little secret. Those first 5 lines of the description, that's pretty much all YouTube reads. Pretty much all of it. After that, right after you hit nightclubs, right past there, they're not reading any of this. So if you're trying to like get SEO magic because of this, could it work? Maybe. I've seen people do this, and yes, their channel's growing, but is it because of this really ultra long blog post in here? Probably not. You'd be better off putting that small top paragraph of just really explaining what this video is about in natural language, and then putting all your contact information and links to your website. That would be much better use this space, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. This used to be best practices for YouTube 7, 8, 9 years ago. It's not nearly as relevant anymore today. And I would just have links and call to actions. At least have your contact information. Go back in there right now. Add links to your website and social media and your contact information on all of your videos right now.
Okay, so I want you to look at what it says over on the right-hand side. Oh, damn.
Oh, no. Let me go back.
I don't know if it's going to be there anymore.
Was it another video?
It wasn't his video. It was somebody else's video. I wanted him to study that channel because that person's thumbnails were so good. Yeah, it's not there anymore.
I screwed up. Which?
It's not there anymore. So
should I?
It was it was a pros and cons video. The guy had over 85,000 views on it, and
forever.
And it was so crystal clear, that thumbnail. I was going to tell him to copy it, like with his face, his noggin.
Let me reload it. We'll go back and watch the record.
I doubt it's good. Every time you click back, it always changes that up. Did you know that?
Yeah.
It's not going to be the same.
All right. Well, I wanted to show you what my description looks like bottom of one of my videos, just to give you some ideas. So I usually still write one little paragraph for SEO purposes in conversational English. Not everybody does this, but I still do that. And then I have links to, other playlists. I have links with some other call to actions in here. So want to talk real estate, fill out this contact form, search for Maryland homes, free home valuations, and then I have all my contact information. And it's super easy to find for people. So they watch one of my videos. It's very easy to find everything that they want in my description of my videos.
Your description looks very pretty. Mine does not. Mine's very sloppy in comparison.
Well, probably looks better than this one though, right?
Well, I mean, and I used to do this too, because this was, I think it was early 2017. Just 2017, and they were saying that you had to look at your blog, your description in a YouTube video like a blog post. So I was already blogging, so I was like, well, I'm just going to go ahead and make a YouTube video about what I'm blogging, and I would just copy and paste that blog post into the description. And they said, oh yeah, that's great, because you're going to get SEO richness from that. And I was like, okay, well, that didn't work for me. Fast forward, guess what? It doesn't work.
Fancy camera died on me.
Yeah.
Thanks for
Rick, we spent a lot of time on you. That was fun. I hope you don't mind us.
Well, yeah, he's doing a lot of things right, and he's definitely on a great path.
I wish I was doing as terrible at my first few videos. I would be over 200,000 right now. That was a little nerve-wracking. Thank you so much for your feedback, guys. Awesome stuff. There's no reason to be nerve-wracked. I mean, you're killing it in comparison to where I was when I started.
And so one thing, I would go back and clean up all your descriptions right now, have some call to actions, have some emojis in there, have some spaces to kind of space things out. You can set a channel default description. So you do it all one time. You copy and paste on all your current videos, but then set that as your default description. And every time you upload a video, all the call to actions and links and everything will be down there.
Cool feature about TubeBuddy, though. Did you know that if you had to change all of your descriptions, like you had a default that was in there, and like, for instance, you changed companies, you could go, hey, TubeBuddy, I need to change this information that, that's in all of my videos. You can do it. Click the button.
Yeah. I've heard some people say that, well, I don't know. I've heard some people say for SEO purposes, you want to be careful with doing that. But that was a couple of years ago. I'm not sure how relevant it is still now.
Again, that information at the bottom of the fold, we'll just say it like, website, is like, literally, it's kind of like almost like a gray area to YouTube, like that. They're not paying attention to it unless it like leads to a funky website or,
So with TubeBuddy, does it change your entire description or only the default that would appear? Like let's say you have links to other playlists or other videos associated with your current video. Would it all that confusion?
Well, they already they already know. They're like, what are you changing from and what are you changing to? So they have it like, what is the information are you changing from and which one are you changing to? And then you just copy paste and then it masks.
All right. So I think we got time to jump into one more channel. And I've got that pulled up here already. Let's take a look. Living in the Triad. So here we go. Yeah, he's real active in our group as well. And oh my goodness, yeah, that one got my attention. I'm
gonna tell you though, I would take, as much as you probably like it, it's probably gotten you great engagement. guns and nudity will not do you well. I have a video on my channel that was taking off really well, and it's called naked ownership in Louisiana, because that's a real term. And I'm standing there with two boards over my right here, and over my
yeah.
So I'm standing there like this, but I'm really in a bathing suit, but it gave the perception that I was standing there naked. I was not. So I would caution you when you're doing something like that. Just know that at some point when YouTube reads your thumbnail, that is considered dangerous acts, and they may flag your content as inappropriate content. They may just actually even take it off of your channel or freeze it. I wouldn't want you to get a copyright strike for being cute and clever with a pistol. So just something to think about.
What about if you had replaced it with like a toy gun, like a water gun or a squirt gun or a bubble gun or something like that?
So the AI's gotten really smart about this. Now, years ago, it would have said it didn't matter. The shape of the gun was what caused the problem, because they had one recently, like years ago, they had a paintball one, and it was shooting paintballs. But that whole video, they had done this whole ad campaign. Daryl talks about it often, that they had done this whole ad campaign, but the AI read it as there was real guns. Didn't matter. So they couldn't get that back. And but now they've gotten a little bit better about it. I don't see the point. I wouldn't do it. You have it right to your head. That's really, really bad. Really, really bad.
Yeah, I'm not wild about it either. That
it gets your attention. There's no doubt about it.
It's obviously getting some tricks or some clicks there, but I don't know, man. So, I was in the military for a long time, and like gun safety is always really on my mind. And God, I always hate it if somebody is not being safe with a gun around me.
Well, it's fake. The whole thing's fake. Like, it's obviously a picture that he cut out and put on there.
Right. Yeah, obviously. But still, yeah, I don't know, man. That's a tricky one there. Maybe
I would do a snake. I would do a snake around your hand instead. Like I have it like where you're like the snake is like right by your face, where you're doing that. I would not have a gun like that to my head on a thumbnail. I think that's asking for trouble. With the AI.
Right. So do you think could this one video affect his other videos?
Yes, absolutely.
Flag
absolutely.
His channel as a whole.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I do.
Yeah, I kind of agree. I think that's very possible. We had Tommy Tommy, what's his name?
Musher. I think that's what it is.
He's in our group. He's real active as well. He's a real estate agent. I was talking to him a while ago, and he's saying how he really wants to start a channel all about guns and explosions and shooting stuff, because he's a real gun enthusiast, and that he paid for a consultation with Daryl Eves, and Daryl told him like it's not worth it. He wouldn't recommend starting a channel in that niche right now on YouTube, because it's so un-ad friendly that YouTube's really, he had to have a heck of a time trying to grow a channel like that on YouTube in today's current YouTube culture.
Correct.
So yeah, trying to incorporate guns into your real estate channel, I don't know, man. That may be an uphill battle. And the argument that it could be impacting your other videos, that may be a valid argument there. But all right, good.
Well, let's give it the good example, right? So he was getting about 600. Oh, he does have a few that have 10 views. But then he's got like, he had 1.3, then 157, then 4. Now he's back up to 29. I don't know. I think it's bad. The thumbnail game has improved drastically, though.
Remember we were saying, challenge yourself to do a thumbnail with 0 text, and that's pretty much what he did here. And that's that 2-panel thumbnail you were talking about earlier. Right?
2-panel, right in the center. Him and right in the center. That's a good strategy. Do you know who does that all the time? Graham Stephan.
Yeah. Yep. And you.
I stole it from Graham. I totally ripped that off. I'm not taking any credit for it.
All right. So let's actually take a look at his channel. See, we got sidetracked by the gun as well. All right.
But so there's channel banners like red and blue and white and yellow, and it has these like kind of like very country type rustic country look to him, then his thumbnails are like purple. Like there's no consistency here, in my opinion.
That is very true in terms of like branding. Purple, it's not consistent branding between your thumbnails and this kind of rustic living in the triad feel, and even your background, right? Your background, if I remember correctly, is kind of a little bit it's a little bit more rustic, and it has that purple in there. So
that looks good.
Yeah, maybe incorporate some purple into your banner here. But all right, so living in the triad. First off, I would capitalize every letter in living in the triad.
True.
It's not a sentence. There's no period on it. It's a title. So I would definitely capitalize it all. Along with real estate tips, tricks, and tactics. Like, I think that's good. That's a good little value proposition. Living in the triad, along with real estate tips, tricks, and tactics.
I guess a triad with 3 T's. That's actually pretty smart, actually, now that I think about it. That's witty. At first I wasn't on board, but I'm sold now.
Oh, triad. So you got tips, tricks.
Yeah.
It's got the alliteration, right?
Yes.
I
like it. Whatever. I like it.
I think that's good. Sale pending. That's fine. That's it doesn't really mean anything. Just kind of a catchy thing. And then homes for sale. So you're just making it clear to everybody that you're a real estate agent.
Realtor.
What?
She's a realtor.
Yeah. A realtor. Yeah. You have an opportunity here to have a link to your website. I would add a link to your website and make this text a call to action. You literally have a subscribe button right beneath this one that's even bigger and better. So I would add a link to your website there. What do you think about his thumbnails? I think they're not bad. They're good. I'd say they're some of them are pretty good. Some of them could be better, but some of them are pretty good.
He's gonna make a decision. Does he want that rustic look, or does he want purple? So if you want that rustic look, start throwing them into your thumbnails. I'm not saying change all your thumbnails by any means of the imagination. If you want to change a few of them, they're doing well, do that. But that, or go and change your banner to match your thumbnails so everything looks consistent. You have to have some elements that look the same, so it doesn't look like it's random.
Yeah,
in my opinion. I like this one. First time home buyers don't try to buy a house. Here's the thing. Like, remember what Malcolm was just saying with the capital letters in the first letter of each word? That would have looked much better with that. Right. And I would just do a comma instead of a period, comma. Don't try to buy a house, and leave it at that. Don't even put the ... Just leave it. There's no reason for the ...
Yeah. It may got truncated there, but yeah, you're not writing a sentence. So you have a period there. You don't need a period. It's not a sentence. It's a title. Titles follow different rules than sentences.
That background looks sweet.
I like it. And so he has that rustic vibe going on, which I like.
I'm digging it. It's sweet.
But you're right. That rustic vibe is not really portrayed in his thumbnails. It's kind of some incongruency there with that.
Here, we're going to talk about 8 things that you need to.
All right, so we're going to watch the first 30 seconds of his
This is
video.
an older video, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, 2 months. So let's go to his latest one.
Yeah, because I think he changed up his background since then.
So this thumbnail I don't like.
I hate it.
Yeah, when will the housing market crash? So obviously the timestamps covering up the text. You can't read it all. And then
the uncapitalized words.
Uncapitalized words. You have some of the text over you, some of the text over a purple background. Yeah, I would. Yeah. Could use some tweaking, but let's take a look. Watch first 30 seconds of this one.
So when will the housing market crash? When's there going to be a correction? When are house prices just going to drop where they're affordable? This is one of the biggest questions I'm getting right now from especially first-time home buyers or investors that are kind of waiting for that crash.
That background is like smooth as butter. I mean, you couldn't, for his whole, like, you already know, if I never even watched another second, you already know, kind of have a feeling what he's about. He probably likes hunting. He's a country boy, everything like that. That right there is your branding. You nailed this part of it. Once you get it all together, you're gonna have a good channel, my friend. This looks so good. So good.
I agree. I think that looks really sharp and it's totally appealing to your target audience. I'm guessing. And it really conveys a lot about your personality. You're not a boring real estate agent in a suit and tie. You're a real person that people are going to connect with. I like that.
I like it a lot.
So far, I'm liking your intro to this as well.
Sorry, I couldn't help it.
Studies and talking to other colleagues and professionals in the field. Here's what we've kind of concluded.
Yeah, I love the authenticity here, the naturalness to it.
So unless you've been living under a rock, you've seen that the real estate market is
solid. I like it. I liked all that. I like how casual and authentic it is. I like that you're really hooking them. And I like that, you kind of quickly say, hey, I'm a realtor, I'm a realtor, I'm a broker. And then you get right into the content. I like it.
Yeah. And it wasn't like cheesy salesperson, right? It almost felt very vloggy-ish.
Yeah.
I dig it. It was vloggy-ish without being a vlog. Very nice.
Hey guys, like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, follow me on Facebook.
Hit that notification bell. Make sure you hit the one at the top so you get all my
smash that like button.
Yeah, smash it so we can crush it.
But yeah, I mean, in terms of congruent branding, even the music, like the music is kind of like electric dance kind of vibe to it. I feel like that it's kind of incongruent with the background vibe. Maybe you can get some good acoustic guitar or something, or some kind of country music or something like that. No, or maybe no background music at all. Kristina actually stopped doing that, didn't you?
Oh yeah, but there's always I don't know if anybody knows this. They're whenever I do certain things, I do have moments where I add just a little bit of music if I'm doing a voiceover stuff, just in the background. But I mean, I don't think it was. I didn't mind your music because it was so short and it was just basically an introduction type thing, but it was an introduction without being an introduction. So I don't hate it.
So it does have some call to actions. Let's see what his call to actions are.
History. So therefore they probably stacked up a lot of cash. Also, the same parents that they were living with are also pitching in and helping them with their down payment.
So one thing I would say,
one thing about this generation.
Okay, good. So you just kind of non-verbally have those call to actions. And I think that's perfectly fine to do that as well. One thing I noticed is you don't really have a whole lot of B-roll in here yet. It's really just a talking head video the entire time.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, I like having some B-roll. I would
I think he's the perfect test. I really think he's the perfect test because everything that he's putting on there is so visually pleasing, right? I would just, I would test it. I would test it for a while.
And he does have some graphics on here and some animations. So I think that's all really solid. I like that a lot.
The thing is that obviously he keeps everything very simple. So why would he add a bunch of splash in his videos? He's wanting to have that connection with the audience. Oh, look at that. See, that's some good stuff.
Yeah.
I'm liking it. I think he's on his way. Really, honestly, I think a year from now, he's going to be sitting at easily 10, 15,000 subscribers if he continues.
Yeah. I think he's doing a lot of things right here. Let's see how we.
I hope a couple of these videos right here are helpful too. Take a look at them. Please subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Boom.
Yeah. So
that's it, man. I like all of that.
And Toby, now if you could get that video, see it's at 6 minutes and 29 seconds. If you can just get it just a shake over 8 minutes, let's aim for 8 minutes and 35 seconds. Try to get there. I think you're gonna see your view counts go up a little bit more. So and even his descriptions, I like it. Short, sweet, to the point.
I love hearing from my viewers, and you get your contact information there. Yeah, I mean you could build that out a little bit more, but I think that's pretty good.
Yeah, it's not word salad.
What Kristina said about the length of your videos, that can be pretty important as well. And that's a 6-minute video. If you could have made that a 10-minute video, I think that you probably would have better luck with that. This one's a 17-minute video, so that's pretty good. So he is doing some longer ones, 1-minute video, 11-minute video. All right, let's jump into this one real quick. Let's see how you start this video. I'm just kind of curious what this one's all about.
So are you looking at moving to the Triad area? Are you stuck between?
I don't like these purple lights.
I don't either.
Which is better for me and my family? In this video, we're going to talk about some of their differences and some of their similarities and hopefully answer some questions that you might have. Stay tuned.
So first off, on this one, I got the volume turned all the way up on my computer and on this. And so when you're editing it, you must have lowered the volume somehow.
It happens.
Yeah.
It happens. Just move forward.
So everyone, first off,
And it looks like you've got a new camera in the last video that we watched. It looks a little bit crisper than this one.
I think it's the lighting. I bet you it's the same camera.
It could be, yeah. He may also be further away from the background, which makes it blurred out a little bit more in the last one.
depends.
Yeah, I like the other camera. I like the new way he's doing it. This is not doing it for me.
Yeah, I'm not feeling it as much in this one. I'm not 100% sure why.
I feel much more like connected to who he is as a person in this video here. Much better.
It's a little bit darker. It just seems a little bit more authentic. The lighting.
It's more of a vibe, as my kids would say. I feel the vibe. I feel a vibe with this one. The other one, I don't feel a vibe. The other one feels like you're trying. This one feels like who you are. You know, the newest one.
Yeah, So yeah, I'm not wild about the purple. I know it works for some people. You know, it just seems kind of incongruent with your country vibe that you're trying to go off of. You know,
I would pick new colors. I would lean into your country colors.
Do like a dark red or something. And you know what else you could do? Like on these videos, how you have like purple and white as the background, you can get an image of like a burlap sack and stretch it out to be a rectangle like that, or get an image or something of a color to use as a background for your text. Yeah, the purple and the electric music and the purple lights, it just seems like a modern city slicker type thing. And it just
Did you just say city slicker?
Yeah.
they're back in my day. They're city slickers.
I was watching that movie not that long ago. All right. I think you're doing a lot of things right. You got to keep at it. Your titles, capitalize everything, kind of tweak those a little bit. You're doing a lot of things right, man. I would just keep going, man. Just keep going and keep learning from your videos. Thanks, guys. I went to standing up. Okay, to standing up instead of sitting down.
Can you do you remember when we first started doing these and we were looking at people's channels, and when they were started out, you're like, there was a lot of things that people needed to fix, right?
Yeah.
Now every time a real estate agent comes in and they're coming in with their content and stuff, it's like, man, they're getting it. They're getting it in like way before we ever did, Malcolm. You know.
Yeah, I know. Like, you know, like if you were making that quality of video 4 years ago, everybody would be interviewing you for your podcast and everything, right? You'd really stand out with that quality. But yeah, dude, I think both you and Rick are doing a lot of things right. You guys keep at it. And you're going to be building these huge assets that nobody else can take away from you. And your channels are going to explode and get thousands of subscribers. I could see that channel having a couple thousand subscribers easily.
Yeah, absolutely. Both of them.
Yeah. All right. Well, I think that's probably good. We got the 2 channels today.
Yeah.
But pretty deep, and you know,
I like doing that.
I do too. You know, I like helping people out, and a lot of the same things that they're working on, everybody else is working on as well. So I think it's a good learning experience. Not confident about our channel branding, but wondering your thoughts on content also.
Who was that?
I'm not sure. Was it the same guy? Same one? It could have been. Yeah, I mean, so let's take a look at his content strategy, because that is a good point there. So he's making the housing market crash videos. Should I sell my house myself? North Carolina houses, horse farm. Sounds like a listing video. So, I mean, I'll say that these types of videos, like Winston-Salem versus Greenboro, those types of videos, in my opinion, are more efficient at generating leads. That kind of stuff will just get more leads, in my opinion. Moving to Winston-Salem, make an extra $50,000. You know, these types of videos, they can be helpful for like lead conversion. So I think it's okay that you have a mix of local content and this other stuff. And I mean, you got to look at your value proposition, living in the triad, along with real estate tips and tricks. So I think, I think your content strategy is doing pretty good. So you're educating your viewers, and then you're also providing local insights.
At the top, the search bar, it was Derek, DEREK, and then I'm going to spell his last name because I'm so bad with this. It's OKAHASHI. Yeah. Oh, that was it was Derek with a K instead of a C. There, that's him at the bottom, living in. That's him. Yeah. All right, let's look at his thumbnails. That's what
he was asking about content strategy.
The branding. He said, "I'm not about our channel branding."
All right, so moving to
Hawaii. Just leave it. Just leave it. Just leave it.
Hawaii, Derek. Okay, moving to Hawaii.
No, you're right. He should really. Yeah, I think your best thumbnail is the one that was 2 weeks ago, where you're just standing in the beach, no words at all.
This housing market is crazy. Oahu, Lawson found. Yeah, I mean, so okay. So in terms of branding, I guess his branding is going to be this blue, white, and red are kind of his three colors. And he at least has that kind of consistency going on there. Yeah, this is not even, that's not a bad thumbnail. Just a simple one of you living in Pearl City. Yeah, that's one of your best videos there, and that's a great video for generating leads as well. Living with bugs and pests in Hawaii. Street views of the beach. Is it a city though? Yeah, I think these are all great videos. I think your content strategy is good. Making a lot of PCS and living in videos. Yeah, and even your thumbnails. Like this is not a bad thumbnail at all. Living in Pearl City. That's a solid thumbnail. But yeah, like we were saying, challenge yourself to create thumbnails with zero text in it if you can, or as minimal text as you can. We'll take a look at your channel next time. We'll dive a little bit deeper into it. I'm tired of talking.
Yeah, I'm like, I have this thing where I don't have speakers, because every time I have speakers, it causes feedback when I'm on live streams. Mm-hmm. So these little things I thought were going to save me, right? But the quality of the sound that comes out of it is real tinny. It actually kind of hurts my ears. And then I put these things on, and then they squeeze my brain. So after like 20, 30 minutes, I'm just so uncomfortable.
Yeah, I think an hour is a good benchmark to shoot for these.
Yeah, because I'm just.
All right, everybody, that's it. We're gonna try to do this more consistently. Trying to get back into it. So maybe next Tuesday we'll try to do another one. We'll do more channel reviews. I like doing those. And thanks everybody for joining us. Thanks for all the great comments. And yeah, keep it real.
Yeah, we got some exciting news coming up too. As soon as it's all confirmed, we got some good news coming up.
You want to join in for our next live stream? We got some very exciting news. Not just that she's getting a play button, but some other very exciting news.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully you have that in the next handful of weeks.
Yeah,
it may take a month or so, because then they got to start processing it and mailing it. Maybe another month or so, unfortunately, but. I don't know. You can pull some strings over there at YouTube. Some people in high places.
I am just I'm a peanut in the gallery. That's it.
All right. Thanks so very much. I'm interested to see what you guys think. If you ever check out a video, Kristina took the time to coach me a while ago, and I said, forbid you to do green screens. Yeah.
I told him, I'm like, look, you live in Hawaii. Why would you stand in front of a green screen? You live in the most beautiful place in the world. There's no reason in God's green earth you should ever be in front of a green screen when you live in Hawaii.
Yeah. All right. Bye, everybody. Bye, Kristina.
All right. Bye-bye. See you later.